Let me tell you a story. It is a story of daring courage, amazing bravery, and most importantly, freedom. Freedom to sail the seas and follow your dreams. Freedom to escape the rule of society and live your life your way. It is also a story of a great civilization on a tiny island in the best sea on earth. It was called the Pirate Cove.
El Presidente's back, and it seems like he lusts for liberty and freedom, of course, for the wonderful Tropican society that we are creating. And this is the last DLC which has been released. I think it was released in December, so not even that long ago. So it's called Pirate Heaven, and I'm pretty sure that's where the smuggler comes from. Let's go with Fidel Castro once again, and we'll test out we'll test out our skill at least.
Welcome to Isla de Bacanero, Presidente. Rumor has it the island was the home of a legendary pirate civilization years ago. I say, let's find out.
Let's find out as well. I'm not going to try to pronounce that or even say that name. Of course, whoever ran the island at the time must be your ancestor. Rumors have it all vital info was written down in some pirate king diary. I already consulted a voodoo witch, and she said you must look for it in your childhood museum basement. Of course, you must first construct a childhood museum to look in its basement. Well, no shit. Penultimo objective, build a childhood museum and reward the Pirate King Diary. Very interesting. Hopefully we've got everything unlocked right from the start, because that means I'll just procrastinate in building the childhood museum. So let's check out, we can build pretty much anything, so that's all good. Actually, yes, the smuggler is blocked. I guess we'll have to do like a certain mission to unlock that. But so let's head over into overlays, natural resources. Oh wow, we were. There's a lot of iron. There's a bit of bauxite. Wow, there's definitely a lot of iron. A bit of gold here. That's a weird place for there to be gold on the beach, into the ocean as well. I wonder what our people will do there. Interesting. Let's check out for oil, even though I never use it. Anywhere in the ocean? Yes. Here. What the hell? That is quite far away. Well, that's okay. And a little bit there, and I think there's a bit here. Yep. And a bit here. But we've got more pressing issues at the moment, such as, firstly, I'll go ahead and build a customs office. No, sorry, an immigration office, that is. And I like to build my immigration offices right next to the actual dock. At least that makes sense. I'll extend the roads a bit. Roads are always nice because they pretty much cost nothing either way. And make a little square section so I can fill this up and make it look pleasing. And hopefully we haven't gone over any mines. There's a mine here. The road is over the mine. Bastards. Not sure how I should place it though. You know what? I'll place it like this if I can. Oh, right there. Fantastic. Let's speed time up. I've already got 2 tenements, although they are filled up with people. Let's just put both of these on high construction priority. Hopefully we'll get some of the workers out of their bums and get to some work. Let's also extend this road. That's nice. A road around El Presidente's palace, and I prefer a straight road if I may, but clearly the game is not working with me. So I really find these type of missions pretty stupid, because, or at least these objectives, especially at the start, because they don't force us to do anything apart from really build up our economy. And then you just build up the economy first up. So all the next couple of missions is just going to be child's play, really. Everything else should be extremely easy once you've set up a good base around here. So firstly, I'll need a couple more workers. We're only at 50 at the moment. I'll also go over to food and resources. Mine. Where are we? There's 2 here, so 1 there. Place another one here. Okay, we'll need a lot of power actually, because that way we'll be extremely efficient. Who can ever complain about efficiency? Not El Presidente, of course. He wants to make as much money as he possibly can. At least I do. Okay, so it seems like our first minions are coming in to work. We'll also have to probably build a nuclear power station. What are we growing? Corn, just the usual. Nothing too special. We've got 10 new immigrants. I mean, that is a weird looking car. Purple one at that. Okay, so hopefully some of these new immigrants will start moving into work with these mines. We've got to stop these shacks from popping out before they actually do. So let's build another tenements. There's a lot of resources here. Resource quantity 30,000. I guess this is, well, they're roughly about the same size, but 30,000 resource quantity. How much does this have? 15,000. That's a lot. That's more than I've ever seen. 30,000. Usually they do have 15,000, sorry. Very interesting as to why that is the case. And I know my mines are set to all metals, but our workers only work on the mines that are closest to them, or at least the resource that's closest to the mine. So we don't really just set it to anything. Like if we were up here somewhere where that gold and bauxite are close together, oh, gold and iron, that would be a bit of a problem if we set it to all metals. So we'd have to assign them onto one. But other than that, we're just going to keep on playing. I'll go get a high score, just so Miss Pineapple doesn't start annoying us, really. That's all she ever does, really. Annoys us. So people should start moving in. I'm tempted to lower the rent to $0. So it's completely free. You know what, I'll do that. You barely ever get any rent or money through the rent. It's also pretty funny how some of the buildings, because they're all different sizes and shapes, they supposedly have the same amount of people, just this one's clearly a lot smaller. They even have the same types of textures, like on the same levels. And then this repeats. On the third, that's ground for first, second floor. And third, fourth, fifth floor as well. Alright, people are already protesting against us. What has gone into them? Got no idea, but at least we're pumping out students. So they'll be educated. That's very useful. We already hit 78 people. The immigration office is quite good because it's set up on open doors, so no biggie. All okay. So now that we are producing high school educated people, let's go ahead and at least buy the blueprints for the weapons factory. There is a healthcare demand. I'm not sure what I should go for, like the healthcare or just power. I think healthcare would probably be the smarter thing. We're exporting a nice amount of goods. At the moment, all it is really are the mines, isn't it? Sure is. It seems like there's a couple of tourist traps that we can exploit. At least one. It's a weird type of plantation area. This is completely barren. You won't be able to do anything there. Half this map is just completely barren. Or at least a good third of it. Okay, we've got way too many teachers, but once we all start making more jobs, etc., it'll be a lot easier. So, I don't want a tenement. I'll go back to industry and get that weapons factory, which costs $15,000. It's a perfect space though. Perfectly fitted. So I'll need a couple more tenements. I'm not sure how I'll manage that. Maybe
Tropico is currently short on
I'll extend
cash.
the road. There we go.
Penultimate,
I'll place
what is
it
your
there.
stance on the situation?
I blame you, Sonny. by refusing to date me. You are blocking the economy.
All right then. Is 8 o'clock tomorrow okay?
Okay, well, we've got a lot of iron to play around with. Now I'm going to stay away from that childhood museum for as long as I can. I think the clinic will be next. I might try to fit it into somewhere here, where I'm pointing next to the high school. Let's see. Normal education. I'll just leave it as it is. I don't really want a big military. Although we definitely don't want any rebels fighting against us. Okay, so we'll be making a amount of money, a certain amount of money soon. That was about $7,000. Is anyone else going to deliver anything? Doesn't seem like it. So we're going to have to wait until a couple of minutes until we get paid by the US and the USSR. The US really doesn't like us. Bad relations with the capitalist faction. Oh, worse with the communists. Not enough food, insufficient housing, bad healthcare. I'm sure the US will start liking us a bit more. And the USSR likes us because we're alcoholic. That's pretty amusing. Okay. Yes, let's halve the impact on foreign relations. So now, because we are getting a lot of high school students, that means we'll have more workers in the weapons factory. And more weapons means more money. So after all, we'll be exporting the weapons. You can't say no to the power of the gun lobby, can you? Or of the military-industrial complex. We've got 13 new immigrants. Okay, so I think I better stop the immigration at the moment. So we'll go Tropico first. It's gone all dark all of a sudden. Hopefully that's not a bad omen. Or a sign of things to come. You gonna deliver anything? Nope. So all these teamsters are delivering, I guess, iron. That's definitely all iron. So I'd love to increase the efficiency. There we go. There's someone. Yep, he's taking out the weapons. That's all good. Okay. So what I want to do is increase the efficiency a lot over here. I love to increase production, but I can't. Let's see what else this does. Everybody loves assault rifles except the people they are used against, and those who have to lower their prices because of cheap Tropican guns. Oh, okay. So it hurts our US and USSR relations. Tropican handguns are especially good for resolving domestic disputes. However, they are hard to manufacture and the production of the weapons factory will be down by 10. Oh, landmines are good if you have good relations with everyone.
A petition has arrived at the palace, insisting for a museum.
I really wish with this DLC they had some extra text or something. Because it's all exactly the same as every other mission in Tropico, just rinse and repeat. It's almost like Omerta, but this is a lot more amusing. That's something, like, it's very similar to Omerta if you think about it. It's just that it's got the comedic appeal. So I'm definitely have to go with these tenements, whether I like it or not. I'd love to go for a nuclear factory, or a nuclear power plant, sorry. Where did I get the nuclear factory from? Foreign relations are deteriorating. I think we'll need a bit more weapons, so I'll go for another weapons factory, but that costs $15,000. And of course, we've got to worry about everyone else. I think the people really do seem to like us though. I mean, there's no reason as to why they shouldn't. They'd like higher crime safety, I can give them that. Overall happiness is 36, but people seem to respect me. Military is 100% still. Okay, all of that will be improving. And I guess the US doesn't like us too much because we are in debt. And the US, more than anybody, like a good amount of money. So we're exporting, I guess this is our first batch of weapons now. And with that, I'll go build another weapons factory. Might be space, just enough space for another one. Actually, I could check that out. Oh, beautiful. Let's build another one then. We can never have too many weapons factories. After all, we do have 3 mines, soon to be 4. Once I decide to splurge a bit. 3 weapons factories is the most I've ever had. Then we've got bauxite and just 1 resource of gold from memory. Gold. Oh no, there's 1 here. Where are we? Okay, there's 2. And that's all there is. Alright. It's not too bad. We can make deal with that. Build an oil well. I'll accept that because capitalists will like us and militarists will like us with the guard station. Neither of them are too demanding. Come on, Teamsters, hurry up and give me more things I can go and sell, please. So we're back in debt.
I was
and
going
crime
to
safety.
show you some charts.
Hopefully the police station will be able to like fit in here. I think that would be the perfect place because the police station is quite big, but it needs to be in the middle of the town or our island where most of the crime's happening. And I'd guess there would be quite a bit of crime near the weapons factory. Our schools seem to be pretty good. Okay, now I will set this to open doors again. I'll need a couple more tenements though. But that's okay. How much does this cost? $5,000, $7,000, that costs $10,000, but we'll need power for that. That's still going to be a little while away. Brings back good memories of Tropico, how always in the first episode of a mission, we never actually completed the first objective. We just played around, created money for ourselves, and then we just, in the second mission, we just like did, or the second episode, we did mission after mission after mission. Some people protest peacefully against the government. That seems like it's a lot of stuff that we're exporting, but only $22,000 worth. Could have been better. But we will need to make the people a lot happier by giving them some welfare, such as a clinic. I think the clinic... Oh, that's close. Unfortunately, he does not fit there. Right, let's place 1 clinic there, and I'll also get a police station. Over here. Okay, so the police station should cover a big area. Now, how much does the nuclear power plants cost? $40,000. So you know what? Maybe even with the next shipment, we should be able to possibly, potentially, be able to get that out of here. 2 threats. Okay. Before that happens, let's go back to governments, and we need more generals. I think firstly a bunker would be a good idea, but before we do any of those things, let's increase all of this. Okay, so that puts us back into massive amounts of debt. But at least I'm sure, like, if there's any rebels that pop out and want to start a fight with us, we'll be okay. How are the US going? Uh-oh. Affects invasion US. We got to stop that. Orientated towards communism. You know what? Just hurry up and build the police station, please. Yeah, I guess all of this is not helping out very much at all, is it? No church in Tropico? I don't think really churches help out. But I could also bribe the capitalistic leader. The leader of the capitalist faction. I'm sure that would help. I really need to stop being in debt though. And we're not exporting anywhere near enough this time. Okay, well, I really should check out. What should I do? Capitalist. Oh, look at that. High crime safety now. And now the US are at 40%. Okay. That's good. 26 new immigrants. Where are they setting up shop? Can't really see anywhere. So yeah, that mine will come in handy. We'll have to go for that. Oh, that is just a joy to see. So many students. That means they'll all be pretty much working in the weapons factory, and we'll have a couple of soldiers available as well.
For the world, a giant leap for Tropico.
So I don't want to build over this plantation here, or at least where the corn's growing. It's not really a plantation, is it? And okay, we've got our doctors going and working hard. You know what? I think I'll have to sell, instead of a nuclear power plant, because you keep on importing crap, we'll go for the normal power plant. What do you guys think? I think that's probably the best idea. I'd love to upgrade all of this. Once we've got that, it will be smooth sailing. Wouldn't mind that other mine with the iron though. And of course an oil well and a guard station. Okay, so they're pretty much all up to, well, almost 5 workers now. Apart from you. $25,000 worth of goods. That is great. Good stuff. So I'll upgrade all of this. Of the foreign relations, and you can be upgraded later on.
Presidente, several European countries are going
Europe is right. I didn't even bother to read that. We're not importing anything, which is also good. US is giving us a lot of money, which has really boosted our budgetary status. So the restricted access is quite important because it stops the dislike that you get from having all these weapons factories on assault rifles. And then after all that, I think we definitely need a bit of power. Like, we need it sooner rather than later. Okay. You know what, I'll go and build a mine now. I'll make it iron. Beautiful. I just want to cut down the construction time because it's going to take a little while to get there. I want to, of course, also make sure we're not going over any goods, really, or anything that's important to us. Fantastic. So next up, I think we'll go for the oil well. Although I keep on changing my mind, don't I? I go for one thing and then magically I change. Next shipments will be almost probably $50,000 I'd guesstimate. Starvation took a couple of victims. That is because we don't have any fisheries here though, do we? Okay. Let's not go for a tenement. Let's wait until this shipment actually does come. $40,000 now. Well, I guess my estimate was really, really close. We're gonna be in debt though, and a freighter is coming in just in the nick of time. Okay, so it looks like we'll stop at $40,000, but you've brought in Oh, 28 immigrants, sorry, not 48. So I'll stop them there. Let's go to the immigration office, go Tropico first. And a couple of tenements. Okay, 4 should be more than enough. And I'll go for that power plant, which I oh so badly desire. I'll face it there. That'll be right in the middle of things. Hopefully the power will reach these mines. Oh, hello. You guys are working hard. I wouldn't mind a bit of, well, a couple more garages and $62,000 it ended up being. So yeah, like a couple of Teamsters offices and garages would never go too far astray. Okay, and because I've got that money, so that's where the oil refinery was. So I didn't know last episode, I had no clue where it was, but I'll go to food and resources because we need that oil well. Now, I guess here's the only land well, place where we can place the oil well. Of course, oil wells you place over the top, like so. Connected to a road, even though there really is no driveway that they have. There's too many shacks, but that'll change, surely.
Don't you think there are too many homeless people on the island, Penultimo?
Homeless? If there were a single homeless person in
Damn attack on the mines.
personally build him his very own shack.
Yeah.
Presidente, as you know, the elections in Tropico are under close monitoring from the United Nations, which I represent. We have scheduled mandatory elections 12 months from now. So much for Tropican sovereignty, you bitch. Let's go have a speech. Okay, it looks like we'll win, but I'll go for religion, because religious people hate me. I'll praise the religious people, and I'll promise to adequate religious satisfaction.
Hola, señoras.
So they don't respect me all that much at the moment. I could get a couple of cheap votes.
Production has increased steadily, exceeding 25% in some areas. I tell you, we will complete the 5-year plan in 4 years. This is progress.
Yes, this is progress as the tsunami comes in and destroys all of that hard-earned progress.
There will always be problems, especially in the current economic situation. The lack of priests, about which I hear so much these days, is one of them, and it will be resolved, as will all others, in time, as the global economy stabilizes. Through the years of my presidency, I have received your gratitude, my compatriots. Alas, I am nothing but a humble servant, and you are my masters, my employers. Now I bow to the superior morality of the religious Tropicans, who absolve our sins in the face of God. No one can deny the amazing development that has happened in Tropico within just one mandate. I have an even more astonishing future in store for all of you. A godless nation is a weak nation. I pledge to provide enough places for worship for the righteous Tropicans in the next mandate. There is no need to go on talking. Our victory is secure.
So it seems like El Presidente has finished his speech. What I was doing just then is I was quick building pretty much all the other buildings that got destroyed and the power plants that we were waiting on for no reason other than because I had the money. Next up, I think I'll go for the college because we're producing so many students now that are high school educated.
The association.
That's not really too much of a worry. I'll set these back on open doors because I've got lots of tenements here. That should work out. Yes, we've won the election. Not a surprise at all. It must have been that long-winded speech. But with that being said, that will be the end of the episode. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and I'll see you all later very soon with another episode of El Presidente and his glory to the top.